Call for justice. Stop executions in Iran. 3,000 hanged under Hassan Rouhani's watch. September 20, 2017, 10:30 a.m. Dag Hammarskjöld Plaza, United Nations, New York.
Rouhani, who is the leader of the largest state-sponsored terrorist country in the world, murdering millions of people throughout the world, murdering his own people in Iran, and murdering the people of Syria because of his policies. And he is walking a free man in the United Nations.
In introducing to you the woman who established the RFK Partners for Human Rights, the chair of Amnesty International's U.S. leadership, an advocate for human rights and women's rights, Carrie Kennedy.
Thank you. Today is a day of solidarity. Today, at this location, that is the embodiment of mankind's deepest hope for peace and freedom. We stand with the people of Iran.
Thank you, Senator Turcelli, for those very kind remarks. It's great to be here today, and I'm delighted to see that even despite the inclement weather, that the crowd is large and enthusiastic. You know, this is a very sad day for the United Nations when it hosts a dictator like the regime represented by Rouhani.
I have been a member of your movement, of our movement, for 4 years now. And I was your ambassador to the United Nations in the Clinton administration. And one of our strong points was protection of human rights. And Rouhani is terrible on human rights.
And most of all, the person that we have to praise for this is Madam Maryam Rajavi. She's the president-elect of the National Council of Resistance in Iran. As the people of America get to know Madam Rajavi, they're going to get to see a totally different path for the Middle East. How about a government in the Middle East that is headed by a woman?
You can tell from this gathering you have a very bipartisan base of support.
And this regime in Tehran, which claims to be acting in the name of God, how could a regime that acted in the name of God take God's children and put them in the Evin prison?
Please give a warm welcome, everyone, to Secretary Tom Ridge.
I am here today because I've met with mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and seen the Book of Martyrs, where the Ayatollah and the leadership in Iran since 1979 have imprisoned and tortured and murdered thousands and thousands of dissidents.
God bless you all. I'm here on behalf of the 1,200 plus interfaith members of the New York State Chaplain Task Force. And I've come here today to let you know that the Iranian people are not alone, that we have not forgotten them, and nor will we ever forget them. I stand here today because all lives matter. I stand here today to denounce the Rouhani regime. As human beings, how can we sit idly by as thousands of Iranians continue to be oppressed by the Rouhani regime?
Rouhani regime must go. It must go because it's against the will of the people. We stand here today in faith as clergy from all over the world, the Christian community, and our fellow brothers who are now in prison and is scheduled to be hung or killed. We want you to know today that we stand with you We stand with you in a spirit that is unbeatable, a spirit that will always have the fortitude to succeed in all situations.
What I see today is when President Rouhani comes, and with the history that we see that they slaughtered 30,000 people in just 3 months, and they just continue murdering people every day, every day, every day. When I was in Gohardasht prison, every Wednesday at 3 in the midnight, they took people for execution. We know that last month, 1,000 get execution and be killed for nothing. And there is a list of like 1,000 other people that they want to execute in next months. So we are here to be a voice for the people that they don't have any voice.
Thank you. We gather today and we call in this place for a free Iran. We call for change in Iran, and we declare that this is the time for liberty for Iran.
I am saying to you today that I am proud to stand here with you and the Iranian people and the Iranian resistance, because what you have done is to enkindle in all of us that sense of what it means to have a passion for justice.
When Hassan Rouhani assumed the presidency of Iran, he promised that Iran would become a more progressive republic. Since that promise, he appointed 30 members of his cabinet who had a direct role in the massacre of 30,000 Iranians back in 1988. And since that promise, churches have been shut down, pastors have been illegally jailed, and some even killed for their views of religious freedom.